He's thinking about other things over here. He's talking about AJR. Broadcast live, Buffalo Billiards. Don't look at me like that, Kim. I don't need this stuff. If I see you commenting later, that's right. All Kim, all the time.
You're supposed to delete all
Trolling.
that
South by, hey, it's 2019, Buffalo Billiards. We're streaming live. We're streaming live. It's all different radio.
But we're a radio station.
Yes, but we stream live.
You got it.
Yeah, things are changing.
Dylan Cartlidge.
Hey, Dylan Cartlidge, everybody.
Yo.
This is actually, so we asked this of a lot of people that sit down, but this is actually your first time to Austin, Texas. This is your first time dealing with Austin allergies. How's that?
Yes.
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the price you pay to live here, baby.
Definitely. Yes, it's very much all new, and yeah, my immune system's loving it. You know.
Yeah, man. Well, that's why we drink so much. We keep our bloodstream.
Just block it out.
Yeah, we keep our bloodstream as toxic as possible, and that way we don't get sick. So you just got to drink more. That stuff will kill you. You got to be careful of that stuff, man.
I know.
Are you
straight Everclear is what no one
Are you
knows.
enjoying yourself so far?
Yeah, it's been so far an amazing experience. I think that I've never, like I was saying, I've never been to a place to where not only has it met my expectations as a festival and as a city, and as an opportunity and experience, but also it's exceeded that far beyond to what I could have expected. In today's world, in today's landscape, and not only socially but musically also, to find such a golden nugget of beautiful people,
Absolutely.
great music, and a great festival.
It's a great town. When I was walking down here to Buffalo this afternoon, it was funny. I was walking behind a couple of guys, and they were talking about the festival, or the South by Music Festival, or whatever you want to call it. But they were just talking, oh, man, I partied so hard. I South by'd for 3 days straight. That's a long time to South by. And the guy says, yes, it's by far my favorite conference. And I just, conference? Like, what?
Yeah,
like,
we're at a conference right now.
It's technically a conference, but I've never conferenced ever at South by.
This is what we're doing right now.
I've interviewed. I've seen live shows. I've never conferenced.
We're conferencing.
I guess we're conferencing.
Live on YouTube.
But it was just kind of weird to hear someone call it a conference. Yes, it's quite a great conference.
But
Sure.
what you're saying though is you're right, and what I explain about Austin and sort of the South in general to folks that have never been here, like from Europe or from the UK where you're from, like people might have a preconceived notion of the South of the United States, especially nowadays, right? But like generally speaking, people are pretty nice, right?
Amazing. Like even the second we got off the plane, the people that were waiting in the taxi rank, they were the most helpful, friendly, joyous people that I've probably ever met. Even the person at the drive-by taco joint that we went to was just the coolest dude. I actually went back there yesterday to get another taco. I told him, I was having problems with my voice, and
I got a taco for you. I got a voice taco, man.
He came back with the best tacos, and also just out of the kindness of his heart, bought me a hot lemon and honey, and ginger drink.
Nice.
It's just absolutely beautiful people, to be honest. Genuinely great people.
So when are you moving here?
Well,
Toby actually is flipping houses these days.
Yeah,
Toby's got a business.
I'll find you a spot, no problem. It ain't gonna be cheap though. It's Austin, Texas, baby. What do you call home right now?
I live in a place called Redcar in the northeast of the UK at the moment.
Okay, so are you spending a lot of? You were mentioning a lot about New York. Do you spend a lot of time there?
The very first time I went to America was last year in February. I went out to New York for a week to record at Electric Lady Studios, and that's the only time I've been there.
Let's talk about the music. So the first time I heard your music, I was immediately drawn to it, and I have my way of describing it, but I want you to kind of tell people exactly. Obviously, you can't tell me exactly, but what sound are you going for? Is there a sound that you're going for? Is there something that influenced you so much that, I'm trying to recreate this, or this is what I'm trying to achieve? I
think for me, I think of where musically, I have influences, and I have bands that I'm a rapper first and foremost, so I'm very influenced by Kid Cudi, Mos Def, Jay-Z, rapper Kanye West, and then I didn't used to listen to any music with guitars, and I used to actually hate guitar music. Anything that sounded like it had a real guitar in, I just couldn't listen to it. I thought that's not for me. It's for other people. And then a friend showed me.
Then you got old.
I know, but I joined like a really heavy like Rage Against the Machine type band where I was the front man, and somebody showed me the Black Keys and the White Stripes, and I never looked back, and it kind of blew my mind. I began to dabble in a few instruments, but to answer your question. For me, I feel as though music is a way for me to express myself, and I feel like there's a lot of things that I, struggle to say in person, or struggle to kind of like come to terms with, and music's my way of doing that. And I find that as long as I continue to follow my nose with that, and really just for it to keep being a cathartic thing, that the music will always sound unique to me in that way.
We were kind of talking, you were asking about the music scene here in Austin, Texas, and how it is in real life, but what was it like where you grew up? Was there a scene? Like, I was telling you that we're running out of venues here in Austin that allow young upcoming artists to really cut their teeth, to hone their craft. There's not a lot of places like that.
What's the name of your hometown? What's the
name of my hometown is called Red Car.
One more time.
Red Car.
Red Cart.
Yeah, Red Car.
Okay. So are there places, are there venues there that allow you to do this a different sound?
Well, yeah. I actually I moved to Red Car when I was 16, but before that I lived in the middle of the UK, a place called Stoke-on-Trent, and I actually had never been to a gig there. I think the only gig I went to was this rap group from the early 2000s called N-Dubs from the UK, which is pretty embarrassing now to think about.
Hey, man, you're still going to see live music. Nothing wrong with that. You're getting out there.
Exactly, but in 16 years, I'd only been to one gig. And then, when I moved to Red Car, there was a scene there. It wasn't the world's biggest scene. A lot of people, bemoan the opportunities, bemoan the lack of investment, bemoan the lack of venues. But really, for me, it was, just to see this whole subgroup of people that had a whole different thing going on outside their, everyday life, outside their 9 to 5. They were cultivated in this, this whole thing of like, just out of the pure love of music, breaking their back, bending over backwards to getting open mic set up for somebody to come and sing, or, getting a gig on, or getting you on a support slot. And, it wasn't the biggest scene in the world, but I think that just made it feel a lot more grassroots and genuine.
That's cool, and not to be nosy, but now you guys have you have stuff on Glassnote Records, and how did that come about? Like, if you
phone call from Daniel Glass one day, like, how do they catch wind of you? How do they catch a sniff and go, this is the guy?
Well, I think it was it was a mixture of things, but I think also just luck played a massive part into it. I was doing my thing. I'd met my now manager David, who's here, a couple of years back, and up until that point I was just absolutely frantically, as everybody does, trying to get the music out there. I'd actually kind of hacked into the BBC's version of the BBC's route to getting young bands through is this thing called BBC Introducing, where you make an account and you upload your music to it. Now they have a national radio, which is BBC, Radio 1, but then you basically have to upload your music there, and that's how you kind of get found and you get played on your local station, and there was because the band that I used to be in had broken up, and my local guy, it kind of like hadn't really left him. He was a little bit begrudged about that, and so I basically had to kind of like make all these different email accounts and just keep changing the file slightly to upload it, and totally bypassed all these different uploading sites to basically get my music heard. And I was just doing everything I could and just going crazy with it. And I met my manager now, David, and I signed a publishing deal with Universal in the UK, and I got into a few studio sessions. I was working with a producer called James Dring, who worked on Demon Days by Gorillaz. He's also done a lot of other things for a band called the Magic Gang, also Bad Sounds. And then from there, it kind of, I don't know, it felt a little bit like to me, it felt like I was, within myself, it was like a fish in water kind of deal, experiencing these new things, seeing inside a studio for the first time. Getting to make music to on a production level that I'd never experienced before, and having all these sorts of meetings, and then
it's got to feel great, right?
Totally, and just putting the music out there, and then out of nowhere, an opportunity came up to work with Danger Mouse over at Electric Lady in the States, and that was crazy. And then the snowball effect of like people being interested in what I was doing and that just began to happen, and from there, the Glassnote thing came around.
Is there a point where you look back and go, I don't know if I'm worthy of this. I don't know that I can meet the expectations, or do you feel confident that, I'm going to blow the doors off. It's going to be easy.
Every single day,
Which one? The one you're going to blow the doors off, or that you're not worthy?
Both.
Yeah.
Every single day.
All emotions all the time. They come and go like hot waves.
For me, big part of my thing is that I feel as though if I, stay true to who I am, and I still wear the same, really cheap comb on a bath plug chain around my neck every day, and you know, remember what it is that got me here, and the people that don't get the opportunities that I'm now getting. That will, you know, guide me to kind of where I need to be and help me to stay as authentic and, you know, creative and fruitful as possible.
That's cool.
What's your first mission as assigned young man putting out music and people are about to discover Dylan Cartlidge? What is your first goal? What is the first thing that you want to attain so that you can feel that you're on the road to success? I
think as long as the people that the music that people hear from me is, I guess the one goal would be, up until this point, it's always been, I've wanted to kind of like, you know, get that across that I am, you know, just an everyday person, and the artists aren't these mythical creatures behind some veil or unicorns or something. As I felt when I first went to London, it felt like that, you know. The whole music industry from the outside felt like this whole, you know, Darren Brown trick, or, you know, David Blaine kind of exhibition. But, you know, to be able to just get a sense of who I am as a person from my music is the goal for me.
That's cool. You said you haven't. Said you've had a lot of tacos so far since you've been here.
Always with the tacos, Trevin. Always with the tacos.
I like. Let's just do taco talk with Trevin and Toby
Taco
and Dylan. Taco talk.
Done.
So, you've done tacos, but you haven't yet had. You know, what are you looking forward to doing outside of, you know, playing shows? What else, Austin, are you gonna do?
Well, I think
we gotta get you a condo. We gotta get you a place to live or something.
Yeah, basically that's what you have to do. I'm gonna get a condo. It used to be I want to go swim in Barton Springs. I want to get a condo.
Well, I'm a massive fan of movies, so I'd love to. I really want to see, you know, what the film festival has to offer, as well as the music festival. And I think that, you know, from any trip or any opportunity, I just hope that, you know, I make the most of it. But overall, I really want to learn and know as much about the people of Austin as I can, and hopefully learn more about myself as a person through that.
Do you have memorized your official showcase?
Yes.
See, second professional of the day. I apprate this stuff, man.
Hey, tonight at 8 p.m. I'm going to be playing Antone's.
Antone's, excellent place.
Home of the Blues.
Yes. We're playing there tonight at 8 p.m. Tomorrow I'm going to be playing Swan Dive, similar time, 8 p.m. And then on Friday I'm going to be playing the San Jose Hotel at 2 p.m. And then at 10 p.m. I'm playing the British Embassy.
And they can catch you online. I'm sure they can find you all the social medias, blah, 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 blah. Get out, see Dylan Cartlidge. I think you have an amazing sound, and congratulations on the success so far. Congrats on being on the Glass Note family, baby. It's a good place to be. Good place to be. So kudos to you, man, and enjoy yourself here in Austin.
Thank you very much.
Don't drink too much.
No, I won't.
Stay away from the allergies.
All
that nonsense.
You gotta have honey if you like to stay away from the allergies.
Yes.
Local honey.
Yeah, you maybe trade in your comb for just like a little honey bear that you could wear around your neck and just keep honey with you all the damn time, man.
Me and local honey are very well acquainted
dude.
at this point. Yeah.
Austin, Texas, baby. Thank you so much. We've got more action coming down here. Buffalo Billiards, hang with us. We'll be right back.